Welcome back to AI in 5 minutes a day. Last time we explored why data is AI's most valuable asset, but what if you don't have enough of it? And that's when enters transfer learning, AI's version of work smarter, not harder. Instead of starting from scratch, AI can borrow knowledge from models that already exist, like training an AI that recognizes cats and dogs to recognize wolves and foxes with just a few tweaks. It's like teaching a baker to make bread instead of cake. Different, but not that different. But even with the best algorithms, bad data leads to bad AI, which is why cleaning and structuring data is just as important as collecting it. And here's where things get tricky. AI isn't as objective as people think. If the data is biased, the AI absorbs that bias and makes it worse, with real-world consequences. In today's episode, we'll cover how transfer learning helps AI learn faster and better, why clean data is crucial for AI success, and a bit about the uncomfortable truth. AI isn't neutral, it just reflects the world as it is. Let's get into it. The secret weapon, transfer learning. If collecting enough data is a challenge, there's another trick, transfer learning. Instead of training an AI model from scratch, which takes ages and requires tons of data, we reuse an existing model that has already learned something useful. For example, if an AI has been trained to recognize cats and dogs, we can tweak it slightly so it can recognize wolves and foxes too, without starting from zero. It's like teaching a chef who already knows how to bake cakes, how to make bread. It's a different skill, but the basics are already there. So, what's the takeaway? AI is not just about smart algorithms, it's about having the right recipe, the right tools, and the right ingredients. A great algorithm is useless without enough data. Plenty of data is useless without enough processing power. And a powerful AI system is useless if it's trained on bad data. So, if AI is a meal, the real question is, who has the best kitchen, the best chef, and the best ingredients? Right now, tech giants have all three, and the rest of the world is just trying to catch up. So, why does AI need good data? To clean up the mess. Before AI can do anything useful, it needs data. But raw data is like a messy room. Before you can use it, you have to clean it up. So, first things first, data cleaning. Step 1 is getting rid of the junk. Irrelevant, redundant, or just plain unnecessary variables. For example, if we're using AI to predict car prices, does it really need to know the car's serial number? Nope. That's just clutter. Next, we have to format the data so the algorithm can actually make sense of it. If we're dealing with text, that means separating words from numbers, making sure everything is structured properly. Then comes the most important part, splitting the data into two sets, training data, where the AI learns. Test data, where we check if the AI actually learned anything. If the test set is too small, the results might not be reliable. It's like cramming for an exam but only testing yourself with 2 questions. You might think you know the material, but do you really? And now comes the big lie. AI is objective. People love to say AI is fair and unbiased because it's just math. Yeah, about that. AI learns from existing data, and if that data is biased, AI absorbs and reinforces those biases. In other words, garbage in, garbage out, but this time with the illusion of neutrality. Want to know what happens when AI goes full villain mode? For example, Microsoft's chatbot Tay was launched on Twitter with the promise of being an intelligent, evolving AI. Within 24 hours, it turned racist and offensive. Why? Because it learned from the biased language of the internet. Another example, Compass, an AI used in the US justice system to predict criminal risk, assigned higher risk scores to individuals based on nationality and past records. The result? Certain groups were flagged as high risk over and over again, reinforcing systemic bias instead of fixing it. AI reflects the world as it is, not as it should be. AI doesn't have morals or values, it just mirrors the patterns it finds in data. And if those patterns include discrimination, the AI will treat them as normal and repeat them. Spotting hidden bias? Some biases are easy to catch, like when a prediction model systematically flags one demographic group more than others. But sometimes biases sneak in through weird loopholes. For example, an AI trained to detect cancer from X-ray images ended up identifying hospital logos instead of actual medical markers. Why? Because certain hospitals had higher cancer detection rates, and the AI just took a shortcut. Wrapping up today's episode. So what did we learn? AI isn't just about algorithms, it's about data. And not just any data, but clean, structured, and unbiased data. Transfer learning helps AI get smarter without starting from zero. Garbage in, garbage out, bad data on jikes, bad AI, no matter how advanced the algorithm. AI is not neutral. It reflects the biases of the data it's trained on. On the next episode, we're diving even deeper into AI's blind spots, how it makes decisions when it gets things wrong, and why sometimes AI hallucinates answers instead of admitting it doesn't know. Hit subscribe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.